Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. Overnight, 2,000 employees just found out that they did not have a job, as a trucking company that they'd worked for a long time abruptly shut their doors with no prior notice. Let's pick up this story and let's talk about it, because this is going to be the next couple of years. And if you're not preparing for hard times, I don't know what to tell you. Think about the people during the Great Depression that lost their jobs. People that were hardworking people that thought they had gainful employment, and then all of a sudden were told, hey, sorry, we have to lay you off, there's hard times. I don't know if you know, but the stock market was crashing. And a lot of people that were working go, I don't even own any stocks. Why does that have to deal with me? Well, when the stock market drops, all of a sudden companies find themselves in a precarious position when they were over leveraged, or they need to raise money because they can't keep going forward based off of the products they're selling and how much they're selling them for. So when their stock falls, all of a sudden they can't borrow and they're in a hard spot. And what's the number one thing a company does when everything falls apart? They start laying people off. Now this company, it says here, it's a Texas logistics company with 500 truck drivers abruptly ceasing operations. The story's out of Zero Hedge. It says about 2,000 truck drivers, warehouse and dock workers, and office personnel of Humble, Texas. It was a Texas-based U.S. logistics solution company, formerly Forward Air Solutions, say they were blindsided late Thursday when they were notified via conference calls or by text messages that the company was ceasing operations and that they would not be receiving paychecks on Friday. Can you imagine that, working and not only being laid off, but being told, hey, for the last week or two that you've been working, you're not even getting a paycheck for that. Eric Corbelson, former president of USLS, confirmed the closure in a LinkedIn post on Saturday, stating that thousands of workers were without jobs after the company's owner, private equity firm Ten Oaks Group. We're going to talk about that in a second, because it's very important that you understand this concept. Were without jobs after the company's owner, private equity firm Ten Oaks Group, headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina, shuttered operations. He said, due to the abrupt decision by our private ownership group to close our doors at the same time business was surging, I am completely devastated and heartbroken for the 2,000 professionals I've had the pleasure with working with, Corbelson wrote. The time of this closure did not give me the chance to thank my team for their commitment and support to our customers and to each other. All right, so let's talk about this Ten Oaks Group. And I don't have any specific information about them right off. I mean, I've got it in the news story, we're gonna talk about it. But before I do that, I wanna talk to you about the concept of private ownership groups of large corporations. You see, for decades, private money, hedge funds, and pension funds have taken money and bought companies. They've bought controlling shares in companies for a profit, so that they can bring a profit back to either their pensioners or their shareholders. Here's the problem. When all of a sudden there's no profit, that private company can just go, we're closing, we're shutting you down. You see, they don't care about you. It's not like it's the president of the company, the C-suite execs that work for the actual company, that work with the employees every day, that have to look them in the eyes and go, sorry, we can't go forward. No, you're just a check mark, a checklist, a name on a ledger, or a ones and zeros in a computer with these hedge funds. And like I said, when I first started this channel, I said BlackRock and Blackstone are gonna collapse. They're gonna fail. And people laughed and they mocked. And what they didn't understand was that these companies are so in debt, these funds, and they look massive and oh, they can buy anything. But they're buying everything up in this world with your pension money, and on top of that, they're taking your pension money, and it's simply the down payment using debt to buy these companies. So employees like this one in Texas, 2,000 employees instantly laid off, they're done. And this is gonna be the story moving forward. Hedge funds are going to start cutting fat. They will sell these companies piece them off, sell them, sell the equipment and sell the land and things like that just to ink out any semblance of a profit. And so there are a lot of people during the Great Depression, during the Great Recession, that thought that their jobs were safe and secure, but they weren't. And right now we're looking down the barrel of one of the greatest economic crashes in history because the entire world is involved in this one. So now, I'll add on to this story. Ten Oaks Group has not issued a statement about the closure. Curtis Grenier, managing partner and general counsel for Ten Oaks Group, did not respond to FreightWaves' request seeking comment about when the former USLS workers should expect to receive their final paychecks and time off. At the time of its closure, the company had undergone several rounds of layoffs in the past few months, according to multiple sources familiar with the matter. USLS, a logistics company that provided last-mile handling and distribution of time-sensitive products, had 500 drivers and 732 power units, according to Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration SAFER website. In February of 2021, FreightWaves reported that Forward Air was selling its pool distribution unit to Ten Oaks Group for $20 million. The unit consisted of $8 million in cash and up to $12 million earned out dependent upon financial performance. According to its website, USLS was Ten Oaks Group's first transportation acquisition after acquiring Forward Air Solutions in Greenville, Tennessee. So think about this. Are you working for a company that is wholly owned or majority owned by a fund? You need to start thinking, is your company not only owned by a fund, has your company went through multiple rounds of layoffs? You need to start identifying the writing on the wall. I've seen many subscribers write comments like, I should have seen it coming, you warned us, I lost my job, all of the writing was on the wall, everything was right in front of me, and I didn't pay attention to the signs. Well, regardless of the signs, the question is, what are you doing to prepare for it now? Are you getting out of debt? Are you saving money? That's one of the most important things that you need to realize. People aren't getting ready for this because they think, because they had a job last month, last year, you know what, they're gonna have a job next month or next year. And I want people to be ready for this because this, in my opinion, if you're ready, it's gonna be the greatest opportunity of your life. All right, with that being said, let's get out of here.